I'm sorry to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, but the vast majority of life insurance IMOs and agencies are multi-level marketing Kool-Aid drinking schemes. And the purpose of this video, beyond informing you what an MLM is, if you've never heard of it, is letting you know how and what to look for to determine if your agency or your IMO is a multi-level marketing operation, and then to also show you what a good agency or good IMO looks like so you can make the distinction and choose an agency that's best fit for what you're looking to accomplish in the insurance business. My name is David Duford. I own the Dig Agency. Our specialty is recruiting insurance agents into our agency that specializes in final expense burial insurance. We teach agents to sell remotely, to never leave their home, working free leads. You can go to davidduford.com to learn more about how our system works. So what exactly is a multi-level marketing or MLM insurance agency? Well, it's an insurance agency that focuses less on the things needed to sell insurance and more on the processes needed to recruit people. You see, there's a big emphasis with many large life insurance companies to focus on the fundamentals that an MLM follows in, say, like an Amway or an Herbalife situation, as opposed to the traditional approach of teaching agents to sell successfully. And so it's a little bit hard to tell because it's not exactly clear like it is with other MLM opportunities out there. And so what I'm going to try to do is break this down into 4 different segments here so you guys understand what to look for, and then using your thinking cap, if you will, how to discern if your agency you're a part of or thinking of joining has those character traits, and then again contrast it against those agencies that are actually good and don't have those character traits. So number 1 on the list here, in these MLMs, the dead giveaway is typically the agent is the source of monetization for the company. Now, of course, you think, well, Dave, the idea of selling insurance is to sell a policy, and that's how agents make money, right? And that's how the agencies make money. They make an override, and that is true. But what a lot of these MLM-focused agencies and IMOs do is they realize that we can recruit a bunch of agents in and turn them into a source of profit for the agency without having them to sell a single policy. That's crazy, right? But we see this in MLMs where the MLM will sell product to a distributor, and that's their profit margin. Whether the distributor sells it or not doesn't matter to them, because they're making their money fronting that product up front to that distributor, and as opposed to the end user. So how does it happen here in the business with agents? How does the MLM affect them, and how does the agency make money? Well, it's pretty simple. It typically revolves around selling leads. So in other words, there are these agencies out there that have really poor quality leads. They make them sound great. New agents who don't know any better trust them. And what was normally bought for maybe a couple of pennies or a dime per lead is resold for $8, $9, $10, $11 a lead. And then the thing is that that lead is sold thousands of times, or those leads are sold thousands of times a day, and it ends up being, for a small cost, a huge profit source. And so the company is then incentivized to recruit agents who are ignorant of this and to rinse and repeat the cycle over and over again unfairly. And the unfortunate reality is those leads never opted in for anything. They are not aware of anything about life insurance, and they tend to be the poorest of the poor opportunity. It's essentially a cold call out of a phone book lead. But what happens is that these agents are what's for dinner, as my good agent friend Chris says, and they end up being in debt $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 before they realize the scam that's been pulled on them, and then they think this whole business is just BS, understandably. So what a good agency will do is they only make money when the agent makes money. So in other words, I'm just giving you an example, my agency, when an agent sells a policy, I make money and they make money. I make what's called an override. They make a commission on the sale, but I don't make any money between that point to the other point. Why? Because I don't think it's honest. It's not an honest way to do business. I only want to win when the agent wins, and that keeps my incentives aligned with what the agent's incentive is aligned with. So guys, when you're looking for an agency to join, make sure they're not selling you trips, books, monetizing you with leads, old leads, fake leads, whatever else. Make sure that they're focused on helping you sell insurance so that they can make money at the same time you make money. Now, number 2 on the list here, and I referenced this earlier, is that MLM insurance agencies talk a heck of a lot about recruiting and little, if any, about sales. A lot of the big guys out there, they start with a P or a W or an F. As soon as you get in, it's all talk about recruiting. Who do you know in your friends and family list that I can talk to join the agency, or turn them into prospects for your upline to sell them and you not get next to anything for that opportunity? So how can you tell if you're in one of these organizations to where they do that. So first of all, in their opportunity meeting, they're going to talk about recruiting a lot, almost the equivalent to, or maybe more so than sales. They'll talk about how you can make a passive income and how great it is to sit around and do nothing, quote unquote, but make money, okay? They'll want to incentivize you. Also look at their comp structure, their compensation structure. What you'll find is you can assure yourself that you're with an MLM insurance agency if it requires you very, very early on to recruit to get the higher promotional levels to make more money. So guys, bottom line here is that if you get a lot of talk about recruiting on the front end of an opportunities meeting, and there's a lot of emphasis on that as you go through the early stages of your business, a relationship with the agency, it's probably an MLM. That's probably what they're concerned about. And they're going to be less concerned about the sales effort. And what a good agency looks like is they're going to be more focused on the sales process and little to not focused on the recruiting. So that's always been my strategy at the Dig Agency. Like, I want my agents to sell successfully. I want them to learn the skill of selling. And what I know will happen, as it's happened many times, is that as they are selling and being successful, they'll naturally go tell people that, hey, I can actually make money in this based off of real world results, and then get more people in. If that's what they want to do, I never pressure my agents to recruit. That's something that's optional. But the point is that it's sales over recruiting if you're in a legit agency, and it's recruiting over sales if you're in an illegitimate MLM Kool-Aid drinking scheme. Number 3 on the list here is an inconsistent user experience. Look at McDonald's. I can go anywhere in the country to the thousands of locations and I can get the same Big Mac at one place in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where I live versus Seattle, Washington. It is a consistent experience no matter where I am in the country. And what I've noticed with a lot of these MLMs is that sometimes you'll get some MLMs that are focused, that have divisions that are focused on sales more than recruiting, but then you'll join another one and it's all recruiting, no sales. And it's because there's this problem that these large, fast-growing, recruitment-focused IMOs have, which is they don't have a succinct culture of what the value system are, and they give a lot of latitude to the agents that come on and then start to build agencies. And there's an issue with that because I can't tell you with confidence if you join the IMO that starts with a P or an F or an S or a W, if that sub-agency is going to be consistent with being legit, or is going to be more focused on that, usually more focused on that than this, recruiting over sales. But it's difficult to do that. And I've always thought that was a big issue because no matter which sub-agency you should join, the culture should be the same and there should be some level of consistency. And then guys, the best way to get around this is that if in that big opportunity call, we go back here, you want to know, like, how do I know if it's a consistent experience and I'm going to be taught like I want to be taught? If you see a lot of recruiting, it really comes back to that. Just run the other way. Don't even bother. It's typically going to be a pyramid scheme, not like an illegitimate pyramid scheme, but an MLM type style marketing organization. Last on the list here is Blue Sky. What is Blue Sky? Well, Blue Sky refers to how you are pitched on the wonderfulness of this opportunity selling insurance. That everybody makes money. Anybody can do it. They're sitting out there waiting for you to take their money, lined up around the corner. And so person works 15 hours a week and makes $200 million a day. I mean, I'm kind of elaborate or exaggerating here, but there's a lot of this, like everything about this opportunity is perfect and everybody can be successful. They want to gin you up to get you super in belief of what they're saying to, guess what? Take you over to this quadrant and start draining your pockets of money with crappy leads and other strategies that they do. Remember, the people that are pitching the opportunities are the best salespeople that they got at the organization. And they're going to focus on telling you things you're unaware of or leaving out the things you're unaware of and selling you on just the good stuff and not the bad. So you might be thinking, well, hold up, Dave. You're up there pitching. You're talking about your agency. You're no different. And I'll say, yeah, to a point, but let me follow up by telling you what you should also hear whenever you're in a situation where somebody's pitching you on joining their agency. You should hear that not everybody makes it. You should hear that it's tough work, that it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's really hard sometimes. And people fail out. Sometimes way more people fail out than make it. You should have a front man that actually speaks truthfully about the business, that doesn't hold back. That kind of scares you so that you really think hard if this business model of selling insurance is really for you. If you're hearing that with an opportunity pitch to sell insurance and you're hearing people that are like straight up telling you the bad stuff, be happy because we want to, smart and intelligent agency owners want to tell you the good and the bad. They want to tell you the good for sure, but they want to emphasize the bad too, because the more you know going into this, the less frustration you're going to actually experience, and the less frustration ends up for the agency owners and all the people responsible for you. This idea that you just have to sell all the good stuff and none of the bad is silly. And it leads to a lot of this agent failure that's so normal in the business. Again, look for agencies that are unabashedly honest about the realities of selling insurance successfully and that you get the truth, not just the rainbows and sunshine. So ladies and gentlemen, MLMs are a trap. Stay away from them. So many agents get suckered into this business because of their ignorance, and that's understandable. They don't know anything and are taken advantage to be mined of their money, to then have people recruit people of theirs to either sell policies to or build a downline, and then to sell them a lie before they get flushed out of the business, like yesterday's trash. Don't be that agent that falls for this crap. Use what you've learned today on this training to overcome this and be skeptical. It's okay to have a healthy level of paranoia. This is your career. You're leaving your other opportunities to take a plunge into the deep end of this business. You need to know the facts. You need to know everything that you can to make a solid decision, and hopefully will lead you to an agency you join and stay with for life. My name is David DuFord. Again, check out davidduford.com if you want to learn more about our business opportunity selling insurance. Our specialty is final expense life insurance sold in the comfort of your home with free leads provided. Go to davidduford.com to learn more. We'll see you.